Consider this problem. So this is the problem. Resistance of each resistor is R. Resistance of each resistor is R. Now we need to estimate what is the effective resistance of this combination. So resistance of each resistor is R. Now to find answer, you first connect a battery here. Let us say battery of EMF, let's say V. So when you connect battery, a current will go through the circuit. So consider I is current that is supplied by positive terminal of the battery. Then I must come back to the negative terminal of the battery. And say I is meeting a junction here, and there are 3 connections, and out of 3 connections, this one and this one both are similar. This one, both are similar. So if I1 is current going through this line, then I1 must also go through this line also. Then remaining current, because whole current is I, then I1 is going there and I1 is also going here. So you get remaining current I minus 2 I1 must go through this line. And again by symmetry I can say, if I minus 2 I1 is going through this line, the same current must go through this line. And if I1 is going through this and this connection is similar to C, battery is supplying I1 current to this and I1 current to this, then battery, negative terminal of the battery must get I1 from this and I1 from this and I minus 2I from here. So now this is I1, this is I1, I minus 2I1. Now look at this circuit, this line. Then I1 is once again meeting a junction here. If it meets a junction, a part of I1 will go through this line. Let us say that is I2, and remaining part will go through this line. That is I1 minus I2. And I1 minus I2 is again meeting a junction, but this current will not go through this because I minus 2 I1 is coming here and the same current is going through this line. So this current cannot come to this line now. This current will go back like this, I1 minus I2. So now let us try to, for example, if you replace whole thing by a single resistor of resistance R, when you connect a battery here of EMF V, then I may be current going through that. For that you can write down V equals to Ri. So similarly I will write down here also V equals to something times that I, so that something will become your equivalent resistance of the circuit. So let us try to that. Now I will apply here loop rule. I am taking first loop like this. So I am starting from here and let us go through this line and those last line and come back here. So this is the loop I am taking. I am taking this loop. So like this. I am going from here. Let us go through this line and let us come back here. So let us start from here. So then voltage across this one is R into I1. R into I1. Then voltage across this resistor is R into I2. So you can take R common plus I2. Then voltage across this one is again RI1. So you can write I1, that equals to V. So this implies R 2I1 plus I2 equals to V. So you can take one more loop, this loop. Let us take this line, this line. So voltage across this one is R into I minus 2I1, 2I1, and voltage across this one is also same. So you can write down voltage across this plus that is 2R into I minus I1, that equals to V. So this implies 2R I minus 2I1 equals to V. These are the two equations. And you will also take one more loop. That loop is this one. So from here, let us go to that point and let us come back through this and come here. This is the loop. I am taking this loop. Let us take this loop. Then apply loop rule. When you apply loop rule here, voltage across this one will be R into I1. Voltage across this one will be R into I1 minus I2. You can take R common. I1 minus I2. Voltage across this one will be minus R into I minus 2I1. So R you can take common, so you get minus I minus 2I1, that equals to 0. So this implies so you take this loop, then voltage across this one is RI1, and here is R into I1 minus I2. I am taking R common, and here voltage across this one is minus R into I minus 2I1. I am taking R common, then you get minus I minus 2I1. So that implies, see here I1, and here there is 2I1, then it is total 4I1, and I2 is only single I2, and see I is only this one, so that will be equals to I. So this is one equation. This is one equation, and you can equate these two equations. Let us equate that two equations. Once you equate that two, so you will get, if I equate these two, you get V can be cancelled and R can be cancelled. You get 2I1 plus I2 equals to 2I minus 4I1. So that implies 6I1 plus I2 equals to 2I. So when you solve these two equations, now let us add these two equations. I get 10I1 equals to 3I. So then I1 equals to 3 by 10 into I. 3 by 10 into I. So once you know I1, you can compute I2 from this equation. From this equation, you can write I2 equals to 4I1 minus I, that is 4I1 minus I, that is 4 into 3 by 10 I minus I, so that is 4 into 3 12, and 12 by 10 I minus I, that is 2 by 10 I. So this is what your I2. Then I1 is this and I2 is this. Now let us substitute all the values in either in this equation or in that equation. So let us take this equation. Let us take the first equation. Then you get that equation, let us write here. That equation is R into 2I1 plus I2 equals to V. So when you substitute that, then V equals to R into 2 I1 minus plus, sorry, it's plus I2. I2 is 2 by 10 I. So this implies you can take 2 by 10 or 2 by 10 common. Once you take 2 by 10, then R is there. Then here you get 3I and here you get 2I, that is you get 5I. So now you can write down this as V equals to sorry, you are taking 2 by 10 common. When you take 2 by 10 common, you get here 4, not 5. So 4, then now V equals to you can cancel here 2 by 10 as 1 by 5, then 4 R by 5. 4R by 5 into I. So now 4R by 5 will be your equivalent resistance. Now equivalent resistance of this circuit equals to 4 by 5R. This is equivalent resistance of this circuit. So look at one more problem, that is so there are 6 resistors here, 5 ohm, and this is also 5 ohm, and there is one more 5 ohm resistor, and similarly there is one more 5 ohm resistor and one more 5 and one more 5. So resistance of each resistor is 5 ohm here, 5 ohm. Now I am connecting a battery of EMF 2 volt in this like this. This is 2 volt battery. Now we need to find what is the voltage across A and B. So if A is this point and B is that point, now we need to find voltage across A and B. So how to find voltage across A and B? So see, this battery is connected across this point and that point. See what is there here, 5 5 5. Then net resistance will be 15, and here also 5 5 5, and net resistance will be 15. So there are two connections, there are two lines with a similar with the same resistance. Then if this is providing current I, then exactly I by 2 will go through this, then I by 2 will go through this also, and again this I by 2 and this I by 2 both combine here, and again I will enter here. Now you can apply loop rule. The loop rule says voltage across this point is 5 into I by 2, voltage across this is 5, voltage across this one is 5 into I by 2, voltage across this one is also 5 into I by 2, voltage across this one also 5 into I by 2, that equals to 2 volt. So now 3 into 5 I by 2 equals to 2, because 5 is the resistance of this resistor and I by 2 is current, then 5 I by 2 is voltage drop here, 5 I by 2 I 5I by 2 is voltage drop here, 5I by 2 voltage drop here. Then there are 3 voltage drops, so you get 3. 3 into 5I by 2 equals to 2. So from here you can compute what is I. So that implies your I will be, you get a 2 into 2, 4 by 3 into 5, 50. So now so I equals to 4 by 5. Now you want to get what is the voltage across A and B. So voltage across A and B will be equals to, you can find voltage across this point and voltage across this and voltage across that. So if you add all voltage across this resistor and voltage across this and voltage across that, you will get that. So you can write VAB equals to, so voltage across this one is R into I by 2, voltage across this one is also R into I by 2. Then voltage across this one is minus R into I by 2. So that equals to R into I by 2. So R is 5. Then I by 2 is this part, that is 2 by 15. So the answer will be 2 by 3 volt. This is the voltage across A and B. So let us look at the next question, that is there is a battery here of EMF, let us say 2 volt, and there is a resistor of resistance 2 ohm, and there is one more battery here of EMF 1 volt, and there is a resistor that is also 1 ohm, and here there is one more battery of EMF 1 volt and resistance 1 ohm, and here one more battery is there, then EMF of this battery is 3 volt and EMF of this battery is, internal resistance of this battery is 3 ohm. Now I am connecting one more resistor across these 2 points, this point and that point, and the resistance of that resistor is, let us say, 2 ohm. Now the question is, we need to find voltage across B and D. Say if this is B and this is D, then we need to find voltage across B and D. This is the question. So to find answer, voltage across B and D, let us consider that the I1 is, or I is current supplied by 2 volt battery. If I is current supplied by this in this line, then the same current will go through this, and once it comes here, it's meeting a junction, a part of current will go through this line. Let us take that part is I1, and remaining part, that is I minus I1, will go through this line. I minus I1 will go through this line. I minus I1 will go through this line, and here I1 is coming. So once they meet here, I minus I1 plus I1 is once again I, and I will go like that. So now you can apply loop rule here. So let us take a loop here. First loop, maybe I will take here A, B, C, D, let us say. Then let us take loop here, that is A, B, D, A. This is the loop. I am taking loop A, B, D, A. This is the loop. Then you can apply loop rule here. Then voltage across, the sum of voltage across all elements must be 0. Then voltage across this element is 2. Then for this one, current is going in this way, so you get minus 2i, and here also you get minus 2i1, and here also you get minus I, and there you get minus 1 equals to 0. So if you solve this, you get 3i plus 2i1 equals to 1. I am forwarding this one here, and see there are I am forwarding, see here there is a 2 here, and 2 minus 1 is a 1, that is 1, and I minus 2i, that is 3i, and this is 2i is here. So let us take it as equation 1. So you take one more loop, that is BCDB. This is one more closed loop. So now voltage across this one is a minus 1. Then voltage across this one is minus 1 into I minus I1. Voltage across this one is minus 3 into I minus I1, because I minus I1 is current going through this, and here you get plus 3, that is plus 3, and now here that is 2i1 plus 2i1 equals to 0. So once you simplify this, you get 2i minus 3i1 equals to 2i minus 3i1 equals to 1. So let us take this is equation 2. This is equation 2. Now once you solve 1 and 2 equation, if you solve 1 and 2 equations, let us multiply first equation by 3, that implies 9i plus 6i1 equals to 3, and let us multiply second equation by 2, that implies 4i minus 6 minus 6 i1 equals to 2. So now if you solve this question, you will get I. So once you add these two equations, you will get 13 I, this will be 0 equals to 5. So that implies I equals to 5 by 13 ampere. So it means the current coming through this line is 15 by 3 ampere. 15 by 3 ampere. So if you substitute this I value in this equation, you will get I1. So from here you can write down 3I1 equals to 2I minus 1. So this implies 2 into 5 by 13 minus 1. So now 3I1 equals to, then here 2 into 5, that is 10. 10 by 13 minus 1, that equals to minus 3 by 13. So this implies I1 equals to minus 1 by 13 ampere. So I am getting answer here. I1 is minus 1 by 13 ampere. So while solving this question, I have taken I1 is going in this direction, but my answer is coming as a negative. It means that current will be going in opposite direction. Now to get voltage across B and D, then voltage across B and D equals to, voltage across B and D is minus 2I. I have to take here because here I is going in this direction. It means that potential here is greater than here. So VB minus VD will be a negative number, that is minus 2I1. Then now VBD equals to minus 2I1. Then I1 I got as a minus 1 by 13. So your answer will be 2 by 13 volt. So it means voltage at B is greater than voltage at D. Voltage at B is greater than voltage at D, because current will go from B to D. So now consider this problem. If I connect n number of cells, say one cell of EMF E and internal resistance R, and one more cell of internal resistance EMF E and internal resistance R, and like that I am connecting n number of cells. Say this is nth cell, first cell, second, and so on, that is nth cell. Then what is the equivalent EMF and equivalent resistance across this, or what is equivalent EMF of this battery? For this, you can say equivalent EMF of this battery is, already we have discussed this while discussing series combination of batteries. So you get NE, and internal resistance becomes N times R. So for example, out of n batteries, out of n cells, if I reverse polarity of two batteries, For example, if I reverse polarity of one battery, say this battery, I am reversing polarity of this battery, so EMF of that battery will be cancelled by EMF next battery. So effect of two batteries will will goes down, will be zero. So then the effect of remaining batteries will be now, then remaining number of batteries will be now n minus 2. So then EMF of each battery is E, then effective EMF of the set will be now n minus 2 into E, but there will be no change in internal resistance of the batteries. Effective resistance of the batteries will be same. So now out of n cells, if m cells are connected wrongly, then effective resistance will be now, because I am connecting m cells wrongly, so you see the net effect of 2m number of cells will be 0 now. So then if you remove 2m cells from n cell, then total number of cells will be n minus 2m, and EMF of each cell is E. So this will be your EMF of the combination. And internal resistance, or the net internal resistance of the batteries, will be same. For example, there are 10 batteries of EMF, let us say 2 volt, and internal resistance 0.5 ohm. If you connect all these in series, then effective EMF will be 20 volt and effective internal resistance will be 5 ohm, because N into V is this, N into R is that. Out of 10 cells, if you reverse polarity of 2 cells, then your effective EMF will be now, because you are reversing polarity of 2 cells, so then effect of 4 cells will be 0 now, because these 2 cells will cancel 2 more cells that are connected in circuit. Then remaining batteries will be only 6, then 6 into 2, that is 12 volt, and internal resistance will be same. Let us see this diagram. 1 cell, 2 cell, 3 cell, 4 cell, 5 cell, 6 cell, 7 cell, 8 cell, 9 cell, 10 cell. So here this one, first 8 are connected correctly and last 2 are connected wrongly. So because of this battery can cancel that battery, and that EMF of that battery can cancel that battery. So these 2 will be cancelled by that 2. Then there are only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 are there, and each EMF is 2. Then 6 into 2 is 12, but there will be no change in internal resistance. Look at this problem. So I am connecting a cell of EMF E and internal resistance R to an external resistor of resistance R. Then now we know this R and that R both are in series, so net effective or net resistance of the circuit will be R plus R. Then if you see current going through the circuit will be E by R plus R. This is the current going through the circuit. Now let us see what is power dissipation in this resistor. Power dissipation in this resistor will be now I square into R, that is E square by R plus R whole square into R. Now here let us see the question that what must be the resistance of this resistor to get maximum power dissipation. Now the question is, what must be the resistance of this resistor to get maximum power dissipation. So now P equals to this one, this is the equation. Now let us rewrite that. P equals to, let us take E square, that is common, then you get R plus R whole power minus 2 into R. Now you want to find what is the resistance of resistor, that is R, for which power will be maximum. So let us take here differentiation. Let us differentiate your power with respect to R. Then at maximum, then the rate of change of P with respect to R will be 0. So let us find dP by dt now. So E square is common. Then first let us keep this constant and differentiate that. R plus R whole power minus 2. When differentiate that one, you get 1. Now next time you fix that one is constant and differentiate this one, that is minus 2 R plus R whole power minus 3. So this is 0. Now 0 equals to E square into, so when you rewrite this part, you get R plus R by R plus R whole power 3 minus 2R by R plus R whole power 3. So once you take this common and when you forward here, that becomes 0 and this also becomes 0, then you will get finally R plus small r minus 2R equals to 0. That gives you R equals to small r. So when resistance of external resistor is equals to internal resistance of the battery, then you will see maximum power dissipation in the external resistor. So now let us take this grouping. So I am taking n number of cells, each EMF E and internal resistance R. Now I am connecting like this. One battery and EMF is E, EMF is E and internal resistance is R. Let us take one more and so on. Let us take n number of such cells and connect like this. So similarly I will take once again n number of cells, then I will connect once again here. Or I will have m number of sets like this. So this is one set and I will have m number of, this is nth battery, let us say. I will have m number of sets like this and let us connect all them in parallel to each other. So like this we have m number of cells, m number of sets. Let us connect like this. So this is, let's say, m, this is first series and second series and so on, and this is m series. Let us connect all of them in parallel. Then what is effective EMF of this combination across A and B? So this is the question. Now already we know that the net EMF of this line will be NE, net EMF of this one will be NE, and effective resistance of this line will also be NR. Similarly for everything. So now you can replace this whole thing by a single battery like this, single battery of EMF NE and internal resistance NR. So now you have m number of batteries like this. So one more battery and like that you have m number of sets. This is m number of sets. So like this, 1 second and so on. This is m number of this is number m. So now there are m number of cells here and EMF of each cell is NE and internal resistance of each cell is NR. So this is like a parallel combination. Now we can estimate its effective resistance. First let us estimate its effective resistance, that is 1 by R equivalent equals to 1 by R1 plus 1 by R2 and so on. So 1 by R1 is NR plus 1 by R2 is again NR and so on. How many are there? Total m number of cells are there. So you can write down 1 by R equivalent equals to m by NR. That implies R equivalent to equals to NR by m. This is the equivalent resistance of the battery. Now what is EMF? Now we also know that E equivalent by R equivalent equals to E1 by R1 plus E2 by R2 plus E3 by R3 and so on. Then E1 is NE and by R1 is NR. then you get E by R plus then E2 is also NE and R2 is also NR, so you get E by R and so on. So similarly you have m number of batteries, so that will become m E by R. So now E equivalent equals to m E by R into R equivalent, then R equivalent is this part, that is NR by m. So you can cancel m and m, that implies E equivalent equals to RR can be cancelled, MM cancel, you get NE. So this will be your equivalent EMF of the battery. So you can replace whole thing by a single battery of EMF NE and resistance NR by M. So this is the effective of this part. So when you connect this one to an external resistor of resistance, let's say R, then what will be the current going through this line? So current going through this line will be now, because this resistor and that resistor are in series, so current going through this battery will be now I equals to EMF is NE by R plus NR by M. So now this you can write down as I equals to MNE by MR plus NR. This is what current. And now you can also guess for what is the condition for maximum current. Then condition for maximum, and I can be maximum when this value is equal to that value. If this value is greater than that, you will get current, high current. If this value is greater than that, we have to get condition for maximum current. For maximum current, for example, if this one is greater than that one, you get a small I. If this number is greater than that number, you get small I. If this is equal to that number, then you get maximum current. So the condition for maximum current will be MR equals to NR. That implies external resistance of the external resistor will be NR by M. So this is the condition. So look at this problem. This is 4 ohm resistor. Now I am connecting one more 4 ohm resistor here. Let us connect one more 6 ohm resistor. Now I am connecting a battery here. 2 batteries I am connecting. EMF of this cell is 2 and EMF of that cell is 4 volt. Now I am here also I am connecting these 2 points by a wire with a negligible resistor. Now we need to find current going through each resistor here. So we know that these two cells are in series. So when these two cells are in series, you can find effective. Then effective will be, because this is 4 and this is 2, then effective will be E1 minus E2. If both are connected in series, like a negative terminal of first battery is connected to positive terminal of second battery and so on, then you will get a EMF is E1 plus E2, and here negative terminal is connected to negative terminal. It means there is a reverse polarity here. Because of that you get a E1 minus E2. Then EMF of this will be 2 volt. Now effective EMF of this one will be, now it's a 2 volt, and here you get positive and here you get negative, because this is greater than that. So now the voltage across these two terminals is 2. Then because of this you see current. Assume that I current is going through this, and if I is going here, then I must come back to the negative terminal. And when you see here, And once current goes here, there are two connections, one connection and two connections. And now there are two connections here. Then once it comes here, there are two connections, and here it is offering, this wire is offering 4 ohm resistance and this wire is offering 0 ohm resistance. So definitely current will choose the path which gives no resistance. So this is the path that is giving no resistance. So it means total current will go through this line, and no current will go through 4 ohm resistor. So now we can say there is no current through 4 ohm resistor. Current through 4 ohm resistor is 0. That's upper part. And now here, if there is no connection, if there is no current here, then you can even remove that connection. Then now 4 ohm and 6 ohm both are in series. The net resistance of this combination is 10 ohm. Then 10 ohm is connected to 2 volt battery. Then current will be now 2 by 10, that equals to 0.2 ampere. So it means the current will be 0.2 ampere through this resistor and through that resistor. So it means I 4 ohm equals to 0.2 ampere. Similarly, I 6 ohm is also 0.2 ampere. So no current will go through this resistor. Now look at this problem. Let us take 4.5 volt battery here, and there is 3 ohm resistor here, and there is 6 ohm resistor here. I'm also connecting one more battery here through a resistor. The battery is, EMF of the battery is here. It's a 3 volt, and resistance of this line is 10 ohm. Now in this question, in this circuit, we need to guess, we need to calculate what is the current that is going through this 10 ohm resistor. Current going through 10 ohm resistor. That is what our question is. So now let us take this 4.5 battery is supplying current I to the circuit. So when I is going out from the positive terminal, the same current must reach the negative terminal. Say I must come here. So I is going here, and say when it is meeting a junction, there are two lines. A part of I will go, or you can say this is I1, and then I1 must come out, come to the negative terminal. And when I1 is meeting a junction here, and there are two lines, a part of I1 will go through this line. Let us say I2 will go through that line. Then remaining part will be I1 minus I2 will go through this line. So now our aim is to find what is current that is going through 10 ohm resistor. So if you find I2, that will be our answer. So let us find what is I2. Let us take a loop here, loop rule. I am taking loop, this loop, primary loop. Let us take that. So when you go from here to there, there is a voltage drop, that is, this is 3I1, 3I1, and here it is 6I1 minus I2, that equals to 4.5. When you simplify this, you will get, because here 6 and here 3 is there, you get 9I1 minus oh sorry, here you can take like this. If I1 is current supplied by this battery, then that I1 is meeting a junction here, and you can also take I2 is current supplied by this battery. If you take I2 is current supplied by this battery, then here you will see current I1 is coming from here and I2 is coming from here. then I1 plus I2 will go through this line. Once it comes here and I1 plus I2 is meeting a junction, then I1 will come here, then I2 will go there once again. Because I2 is supplied by this positive terminal, the same current must go to here, and I1 is supplied by this, the same current must go to here. Now you get, if you take this loop, then 3I1 plus 6I1 plus I2 minus 4.5 is 0. So now it is 6 plus 3 9, now plus 6I2 equals to 4.5. This is the first equation. Now let us take second equation. The second equation is, let us take this loop. When you take this loop, let us take from here, or let us start from here. So 6I1 plus I2 minus 3 plus 10I2 equals to 0. So if you solve this one, you get 6I1 and 6I2 plus 10I2, that is 16I2 equals to 3. That is the second equation. This is second equation. Now let us divide first equation by 9. Then let us take first equation by 9. That implies I1 plus 6 by 9 is 2 by 3. I2, that equals to 4.5 by 9 is 1 by 2. Similarly, let us take second equation. Let us divide that by 6. Because I need to find I2. For that I need to eliminate I1. Let us try to eliminate I1 by doing this. Let us take 2 by 6. Then you get I1 plus 16 by 6. 16 by 6 you can write down as 8 by 3. I2, that equals to, then 6 by 3 is 1 by 2. So you take this and that, you solve these two questions, or you eliminate I1 from these two questions. When you eliminate I1, then you take this minus that. So when you take this minus that, then I1 minus I1 is 0. Then 2 by 3 minus 8 by 3 into I2, that equals to 1 by 2 minus 1 by 2 is 0 once again. So I2 will be now 0. So it means I2 is 0. It means that there is no current going through this resistor. So this is the answer.